Fnatic on the defense. Again, the
Thank you
parallels
for that,
between
Pansy.
these two
Heretics on attack.
feels like you could go on
And
for
dude,
hours, but we have to see the proof in
double
the pudding once we are in
double
on the
sheriff.
server. Looking at
The
this, do see
Genji.
the sheriff out for Alpha and Chron actually. So both of those going to be adopting that. On the other side, Ghost with just that reinforcement of the light shields with the classics.
What is this from Fnatic? So at least give me instant reaction.
Now.
Not ready yet.
Trying to also bait it out. Alpha was jump spotting, so if they did go peek it, it looks like the normal person would be jump spotting, playing solo over towards C. XE1X, thanks so much for the tier 1, bro. Appreciate the 4 months. Thank you for that. Dude, Woot's watching it, but
So aware from Woot, really
I don't know if he's like fully watching it.
K
K-Spars as well. Hello, mate. Thanks so much for the 26 months also.
Through towards B.
Thank you, bro. They're kind of going to know this is fake, especially as they open the door, clear this. They've cleared everywhere. Apart from maybe this corner, but...
They're very cautious in approach here. Obviously, Wall will go up on the flank. Spike not committed
Dude,
just
this
yet.
is the Spike.
It's a bit of an awkward position with Boo here. So he's got a wide open cross now, down to 32 HP.
Dude, someone needs to go help this guy.
Trouble calling back Rien's potentially to try and assist here. Now it looks like Fnatic don't want to continue down that path completely. You still have Alpha semi nearby, but you're going to see Chronicle rejoin towards that B site and maybe work their way back through. But a bit of a standoff, really.
Fully locked them in. Benji's going to have a duel of 2 people. That's about it.
Eventually get towards that A site. Benji trying to lock down towards that mini room. Boast has already cleared him. That's the, well, I mean, the wall was already triggered, but that's all that post plant utility potentially removed. Any of that
dude, they got no space.
They're really cornered in on this site, Mike.
Yeah, they got nothing here.
Control of the flank as well, with Alpha kind of hanging around here. You see the pings coming through towards Woot's position. He almost has to find something. He actually caught in the seas, but able to duck away to the bottom of the rope.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Trying to face this smoke together. Oh,
okay.
Finds Chronicle inside it. Do they still expect Kayak? We're going to need some pressure.
What the hell's Rien's doing, bro? He's one-tapping everyone.
Turn the eyes away here because Heretics are pretty happy. They're not feeling pressured. Finally, the punch has come back in, but Rien's on a tear here.
Dude,
he might
Rien's
have to stand and deliver all by himself for the time.
Dude, he just plays time as well. My goodness, what a pistol that is from him.
Attempt, but just too late.
Very, very nice. Hit some mad shots.
It almost felt like Fnatic was sitting back waiting for somebody to get aggressive on the side of Heretics, but with a blind kill into smoke from Rien's, that kind of just completely stops them in their tracks. I have to see whether or not they were, actually the replay if we caught any of that, but whether or not they were waiting on a cooldown or something. You see then the next step being Kayak's kind of just left to wait for something to happen, but it never ends up coming through. I mean, Rien's done fantastically well.
Okay, so the right click did
The answer's there from Crashies, but like we said, the time almost.
Yeah, 1-0 on the pistol, and they are allowed 2 deaths, basically.
Again, for me, if Rien's gets a bit of a heater going, then I'm on board a little bit more, right? Because I know that Miniboo can deliver. I know that we've got Woot up there. I know that we've got like Benji being a bit more clutch these days. But if Rien starts activating, getting that like good game started, that's a scary Heretics. Right, that is a very scary concept. Now, in this sort of round, you're looking at what Fnatic are bringing in. It's not a great deal. Getting a good lay of the land, though, would be valuable. Understand what's going to be coming their way, get a bit of a grip on it, and maybe try and get a couple of kills. Make it costly if they can. Again, at this point, Miniboo's got to be cautious. There's a lot of pressure in here. This seems a little bit untoward. Okay, that's probably not how they wanted this to go,
so
Mike,
good.
and I get worried here. I don't think you can make those mistakes against this Fnatic.
Whether or not the weapon being passed across is going to make a difference. But
So good, dude.
down to
Why
49
is
HP
it always in
tagged
here, man?
up. In that exchange, still tagged up, but yeah, it's Woot to
The best stuff always goes on over here.
looking for no more deaths ideally here, and yet Rien's and Benji
Better.
finding 2 kills. Now just Chronicle left.
Yeah, felt like they got a bit serious.
Yeah,
towards the
Rien's
end
going to
then.
get that all
Sending
early.
in Miniboo, hey,
At one point, you're going to see the trade, right? Go hunt.
Too far,
I
especially
mean, heavy armor,
with the
though.
weapon
Depends how
he's
much they
coming
want
in
to save
with,
the
maybe
armor.
not the ideal choice. I mean, he's still got 1 and he died to Rien's. If anything, it's not technically his fault, but felt a little bit wild. But hey, it's still Heretics. They found that stability in the end. They're going to walk away with 4 standing.
Yeah, there's the gun
Chronicle
swaps.
only
They're
gets out
going,
with that
they're going
much.
fighting.
May find.
Oh, well, there goes the heavy armor as well. But
That's the purchase.
bigger picture,
From
2 away from the
Heretics
ult.
here.
That's nice.
Still going to get away. I mean, the Priority being the Bulldog and
Kane
the
in
Guardian.
aim, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate the
Chronicle's
tier
just gonna
1.
give it
Thank
up
you
to
for the 14
Spike now.
months, mate.
2 on the board for Heretics. Again, you can see
And
here respect
Millie
shown
as well,
at the
Millie with
start.
the
They're
prime.
kinda
Thank you very much for doing that.
anticipating Fnatic maybe setting something in motion. Again, like I said, I mean,
That aftershock at an angle, so you can just stick behind it. That's incredible.
But I mean, he's got
Yeah,
his.
that's the bad breach damage, really.
Rienz is the one to trade it, but
Yeah, honestly, I think we're going to see a lot of Odins in this game, so we get the first one out early. I can see Heretics doing it on defense as well.
There's going to be Odins. There's going to be the Viper. It's going to be rough.
Widow
Now,
Dev as
if
well
you're
with the Prime.
Heretics,
Thank you
you've
so
got
much
to
for
be
the
aware of this.
17
Obviously,
months,
that
dude. I
Guardian's
appreciate
maybe
that
put to
also.
practice towards that, if there's something they have in mind of dissuading this positioning. We've seen that they can be a little bit versatile with be a Chronicle here or Boaster here. But I do want to see how well this gets dealt with and how far that gets checked, if I'm honest, Mike, because you can't let them stick
Oh, dude, he
towards
wants
it.
to...
It's so oppressive.
Does he want to spam back or what?
respect to it. A little bit of utility invested here. Kayak's going to allow safe passage, but actually finds Miniboo.
Hey, that's the tip of the spear gone, and Miniboo's been good for it. Normally, he'll get you a 1 at least, but Woot hindered on the way across so far. Trying to slip ahead.
This gets a little weird.
He's got the spike.
Dude, I was going to say that he has the
So if he
spike
gets
as
a
well.
little
He's
too
committed
lost
so
in
heavy.
this, ooh, that could be an issue. Now, Boaster going to be challenged, is running low on bullets, down to about 8, so has to back away, pop the smoke up, get the reload, and hopefully buy a pause here, because Woot would love to just dip back to the pack, get away from this. It's a little bit too much on the plate for him. Maybe looking at
Cut
other
sound,
options
open
now.
door, split
Really
B.
weird pause, but Heretic have actually found themselves a little bit of space.
I mean,
to
B's
work with
open at the
now.
moment.
B side
Get a
wide
good try
open
in
for
this.
the taking.
Rip and tear.
Yes, from the previous series as well.
They could try force take some map control with the drone. Not even sure.
Satchel.
Oh,
will break-
Satchel.
Oh, I actually thought
Oh,
it broke
I
the
thought it was
plant, but
gonna.
didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna stop
No,
plant
still
too.
got that one through, so time on the side. 2 noted on the drone as well here. Woot still expecting maybe a swing or some pressure coming in from that top side, but eyes back towards that seaside connector. Timing on that. Ooh, he's playing it really
yeah,
close.
awkward.
But he's got a corner to play into. Nice from him. Boaster could spam that out for all he likes, but Woot somehow
How's he
dodging
alive?
it like Neo. Only down to 66, still standing, still breathing, and down to
Oh,
the
what a
4v4
stun that
where
is.
he ends.
Oh, what a
Starts to
stun
get the
that is.
pressure going, and now they have to start pressuring back. They have to get away in, and they've got nothing here. Chronicle's got nothing to do but back
Yeah,
away.
this was
and
nice
save.
from Heretics in the end. They were very calm considering what was going on over towards A. The
gonna be the setup
Odin
for-
looked
for
rough for the
B-side going
retake, but
forwards.
honestly, I think Crashies
Typically,
just has to
Fnatic
win that
able
duel.
to coordinate very effectively in terms of retaking B, but not this time around. 3 on the board now. What to say? I'm curious. Actually, again, eyes go towards the replay.
Dude, you can't get away with that.
just No respect at all towards. Fnatic here with the Guardian as well, getting super aggressive. It's Rienz to set things in motion once again with the fault line also. That second push back towards CT.
They moneyed them, bro.
They what?
Did they molly
I
themselves?
was going to say, I wanted to know where, actually,
Yeah, because it felt like Fnatic were incredibly slow at starting that retake. It felt like the tempo was completely off, so maybe there was something that hindered the progress, but you can see the impact it's already had. Heretics get to convert, bonus going forward. They're on 3 and 0. They're going to start building up those ults. You heard Rienz invest his, sure, but hey, if that's your failsafe, if that's your make sure we get this one, hey, screw it. You know what I mean? That's fine. But at this point now, it's Chronicle with just that hero rifle, and that's all they got.
Yeah, I'm with you. The investment comes through, and if it's
Dude,
around
they
the
do their
forces,
walls so
Fnatic
like
back down to a lesser purchase.
there's like a
You
line
can't
in front of
question
it
really.
at each angle.
Just,
They don't do it flush
compliment
at all.
Chronicle's rifle. Benji and Boo both find kills now.
Boo's fully
Both
on
sides
top
of the
of this
map
as well.
Seaside
Yeah.
now down, and
Oh,
one
that's
close
both
on the
Dude,
other
you
side.
know Boss is playing behind the
It is
smoke when he does
supposed
that
to
smoke.
Kayak tries to find a little bit of a corner to play from, get a bit cheeky,
That's
pushing
funny.
up. And it's just been caught. Heretics is default. Really good awareness.
Dan,
this
thank
again,
you
if
so
you're
much,
looking at
man.
Heretics,
Appreciate that,
they're
Dan.
crossing
Thank you so much in the
T's,
YouTube
dotting
chat.
the I's. They are doing what is necessary, right? They've held this kind of more passive, patient default, about 30 seconds. They do need to start building towards the
Spooker
seaside.
as well with the
Hard
tier
to
1.
get
Thank you so much
past
for the
this
10
fight,
months,
though.
man.
Kron is the one with the rifle, 25 seconds. You might be considering
looks
that
like
look
you're
towards
eating
B,
good,
but it's the
Spooker.
unknown. Mike, they're running this late.
They are, but the flash actually forcing Chronicle off the angle. Can't shut down Miniboo on the way in. The smoke will seal off the site for the time being.
Yeah, can't
Who finds it, Benji to
really
follow up, but it's an
be
in-zone
against him
flawless
doing
here.
that with the time so low.
But
Wants to just
Heretics
make a big
fourth.
play.
Again, kind of calling it a weird pause in between in the previous round, but here it's very tempered, considered. If Fnatic have kind of a ratty setup.
Yeah, I know, Bacon. Dude, he tweeted the other day calling it the Boaster smoke, Bacon.
So many options.
He did get a 1v3 with it though.
Unfortunately, Chronicle can't get much done there with the rifle.
I will find you, Omen.
Ultimates, I guess, well, on the brink of ultimates for Fnatic.
Oh, look at the pace here. Look at this. Right off the
Whoa,
rip,
whoa,
mini moving
whoa.
in, taking space. Does
Well,
get put down to 25 HP.
my guy's in
though,
spawn in 10
yes, he's in the
seconds.
back lines, but he's fragile here. Root's been denied over towards
Dude, look
A,
at him
so they're
go.
losing out on presence, but this path
He's
pick
here
from
so
Mini was
early.
Curious. Rather than sitting safe on CT or backing away, he might have the flank of the century.
They're not
There's
expecting
three
this
players
at
here.
all.
They
I mean,
have
yeah,
no
look how
idea
fast
about
he's here
this.
so
Does he pull the
early.
trigger on the first? He does. Spots out two more. He doesn't
He
need
did
to do
enough.
too much. He's got teammates to bank on, and they're there for him. Heretics finding the smallest of margins to operate from.
Oh my
Rien's
god,
up
Chronicle.
against Alpha.
Damn, Chronicle, what the hell is that
Beautiful
though?
from Alpha and Cron
There's a
on the
2v4
side,
on
but
site
bloody
and he
hell,
somehow
that
just killed
almost
3.
flipped around. Credit to Fnatic.
gotta see that POV,
Credit
man.
to Chronicle and Alpha in the end for doing the damage back. But that felt like he was on a knife's edge there.
It's one of those though,
Heretics
chat.
with
They
mini
win with
booster
only
rows
one surviving.
nearly
It's really bad for their
undoing
money.
all that damage early on.
Not
Well,
clean.
it's this sort of scenario, right? Doesn't find a
Dude,
kill,
for
but
God's
he's
sake.
so
I said we
slippery
were going to see lots of
immediately
Odins,
up
but this
into
is
heaven, and
ridiculous.
he's
Round 5.
backstabbing the A site setup. I mean, it's the timing's fantastic. You almost, in that situation, leave Boaster and go for the. He's inside his smokes, right? Leave Boaster, go for a second kill, but maybe a little greedy in the moment. But it's Chronicle's 3K on the way back in that swings it for Fnatic.
And it was slick from Cron too. That
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
real nice. If he's got a bit more of that, it's game on. A little bit of a high-low setup. It looked like for a
1,
second.
2, 3, 4.
Over
Can't
that
buy
box
next.
on A.
Everyone's
The
money
downfall of
says
Sugetsu.
incredible.
But at this point, could be rewarded. Kayak has support here. That smoke will occlude some of the vision, but he still has at least one by his side.
Oh,
Now
that's nice
spotted,
from
has
Boo
to get
though.
out of
Gets
there
that free
and fall
spot.
back slightly.
Shadows traveling.
No harm, no foul initially, at least. Boaster down to 85, but still comfortable in terms of the damage. Unfortunately, Heretics got their sights set towards the position of actually both Alpha and Chronicle. Only one actually got a little high-low set up here, and it delivers.
It was like
Yeah,
high,
that's
low, but
gorgeous.
at an
Alpha
off
the only one
angle.
remaining
That's kind of
alive.
nice.
That's fine. Job done. Spike spotted.
Like, normally people high, low
Effective
here.
trading in,
They were
even just with 2. Yeah, Benji's got
a lot
ult,
more
Boo
aggro.
one away, but I mean the biggest part is really the paranoia, but the off angle just so
Oh,
much
it's a-
better.
okay, that's a clean round.
Alpha closing it out with 4 in the end. That little high-low setup, Mike, was the be-all and
Look at him
end-all that round.
going off,
Fnatic
man.
kicking it up a gear now.
Okay,
Yeah,
money
and
is
it's
flowing
ballsy as
after
well
this.
to commit to that, but both kills initially going their way. Seemingly on the back of nothing. I mean, I believe there was a molly below where they were positioned. Yeah, you can see here on the replay. It just so happens, even when the trade comes through, Alpha delivers even further.
Kron, what is this do, bro? What? They can't do anything to us, bro. What is...
Yeah, rightfully so. Yeah, can't do anything to them. Like I said, it's on the
Seven
X-ray there, when
ults.
you see they're drifting towards the side, but effectively both
Insta tail, flush him out into the open
Yeah,
with a
instant
neon
tail
behind
gonna
it.
come
Straight
through.
fatal,
See the
goes
answer
back,
going
hits
in.
4.
Straight away the fade ult
Sorry,
there
hits
on top
3.
as well from Crash. He's kind of sending it back, slowing down the pace here. The tempo now denied. Miniboo couldn't take what he wanted
Well, that's
there.
an
He
ult for
couldn't
an
build
ult.
up from that.
stopped in their tracks, but an exchange of ultimates at least. Well, Miniboo's actually going to get a second shot at this.
Trying to play him in. Drone's gone in. Oh, you can
Ooh,
see
it's
what
a
they were
nice
trying to
shot,
do.
though.
He does actually catch Chronicle, but there's still Kayak standing. Can't get past both of them. Baboo's broken through.
Bro,
over
how is
towards
Rien's
trees.
allowed
The
to
fight
survive
back
here?
gets in by the door. Fnatic.
Very
Brilliant
nice, man.
priority on the fights here.
Give a little shutdown over
Really
towards
well
there.
handled. You can
Looked
see
like the fade
tempo and
util's kinda
pressure
nice.
from Heretics was sky high. Playing through that, it felt like it could have gone either way, but Miniboo being handled after that pick, I don't know how he even got Cron there.
It's on the back of just the one ultimate as well, meaning Fnatic maintain this ult cycle. Everybody except Crashies with theirs available. Again, situation here. Miniboo's got in, he's got the kill, but the space, they can't convert that pressure into space behind rubble.
Nice, we got
Fnatic find the response here. I do see a timeout. I'm waiting to see.
Yeah, all good,
So
Heretics.
the music, music kicks
Yeah.
in, then I feel a little better about it. Still one to the good in terms of the overall score, but maybe something that Neil's spotted. That
Hello,
needs
Emmy.
addressing.
How we doing?
And all things considered here, it's a broken purchase. With Benji down on the Guardian, but some ultimates to make something work.
And yeah, it feels like you can't get a fair fight against Fnatic. You know, as much as Heretics are trying to play in Miniboo very well. I mean, you look at the
Don't type
utility
Clown9 when
Emmy's
Emmy's here. Someone... I'm going to give Emmy mod and he
wasn't able to
can take charge.
cleanly, right? The trade's coming right back through. Yeah, you got down. Who
That's
was it? You managed to
crazy.
get Chronicle. Okay, Kayak gets the trade. You look over towards C in that previous round. Yeah, you got down Chronicle again, but Alpha's there.
Poor
and
guy's
gets
just on his
four
day
instead.
off, just wants to chill out.
They are tightening up this spacing perfectly. They are making it very hard for Miniboo to have that freedom that we know he is lethal with. If he's given too much, he can absolutely run away with the game. Right now, not being given over at all, but plenty of ults to play with him.
Okay.
I'd love to see them start trying to utilize this here.
We've seen it's been built around it,
Hey,
but pressure
not
on the back of
too much of a
Paranoia.
change up. I mean, they can take aggro
rotation from
A.
Heretics, at
It's a bit of a change if they're actually like committing a lot more util into A, especially the Omen Flash. Dude, they're loving a higher lower at the moment.
That's
For when you commit into this angle. And then what? This guy spots that you can spot as well and just spam it.
Difference being
The
here,
plan?
a lockdown and the pit. So if Heretics get in and find a plant here, unless they can convert it into some sort of pressure into CT, going to struggle here on the retake.
Certainly would. Stalled out. 50 seconds now. That C site just doesn't look all that available. Some of the utility cycling.
It's a good little
back up, though,
replay
here
from
for Wu.
Fnatic though. Prowler goes in, smoke at the
You can
back.
already see now, immediately Alpha slipped into the lockdown position.
You guys need
I
to
think Heretics
you guys need to
maybe,
make a call right
you know,
here.
explore back towards Rumble. Both are still patrolling, just jump spotting. TP will come through.
Omen ult
The
to
other
the
side, I
back
think
of
that's it.
sight.
Blue
Oh, that
deep
is
now
nice
behind
though.
enemy lines.
The smoke close
Trying to get a
though.
bit cheeky here, trying to play off the wall, going to catch one, punishes Wu on the cross through towards tree, but they still have sight control. Crashes nearby with the C
I
still
mean, they
in
still
hand.
get the plant.
Plant's
I
gonna come
don't
in,
think
though.
they know about the
Nothing to
luck,
deny that
judging by
here.
how everyone's
We've got a
playing.
late lurk as well from
So
Benji
everyone's got to
coming into
delay over
play,
towards
but that's
site, but they're
while
honestly
off
going to
here.
eat
So
a lot of
these three on the
ults
side,
soon.
Mike, have their work cut out. They've got
What
a
do they
lot
do?
to
Killjoy
handle.
ult?
Actually, the rolling
Oh, okay, we're delaying a lot.
And actually forced them deeper in towards the
Ah, dude, he kind of needs to get more than that. They're going to speed up early.
Yeah, that got dicey. Miniboo, though, trying to get involved here and gets denied. He's actually got Boaster in that. I didn't... Okay, baffling to me, but fair play. 3v3 now, and they've got problems on the back line, so they're trying to fight forward.
Dude,
Benji
Chronicle
goes
went
down,
all the way
removes that
around. It's
pressure.
so funny.
Now, time is of the essence. Time to go, Riens. How much can you do?
What?
Whoa,
I
whoa,
mean, where
whoa,
are you meant to go
whoa.
here? It's a gamble.
He's going to
It's a
get
risk.
detained.
He can't do anything about it, and the knife's on the way.
But they don't have time.
The time's already
Yeah,
passed.
dude, that's a bit of a shocker for Fnatic in the end here. They had to go fast and they put the Killjoy ult into it, and they're kind of realizing the time.
Late there. I think maybe actually on my part, I thought there was another maybe 3 to 5 seconds when the lockdown's invested, but you see that's why he gives it up, gets detained and kind of draws him out.
Yeah.
But again, a very fine margin for Heretics to actually win out here.
I mean, it was still nicely done from Heretics. They delayed well.
Well, we see, I mean, Kayak kind of
Nice,
swinging onto that.
nice,
He's
let's
got no
go,
more
baby.
time to wait. Needs
A
to
nice
get onto
ult
the
in
half
heaven, and
defuse
I
as
got a
soon
kill
as
'cause of it.
possible. And you can even hear Benji there just kind of crediting the Rolling Thunder, the ult onto heaven to force him a little deeper. Wasn't as
Surely
clean
the
as
money's
you'd like, but still
surely the money's low
got the
again.
job done.
Kills a kill.
Oh damn!
Right? Kills a kill.
Wait, it's
at
big
this
round.
point.
That's what I
5
said.
of them?
It's a classic.
Everyone went down.
It's the Hypop special. Similar scenes here,
Do
similar
you know what? We'll
starts.
include this. We'll say 3.
Only one player towards that blue room
5 people
so
can't
far,
buy for
though,
Heretics,
so
3
waiting
can't
to
buy
see
for
if that becomes
Fnatic.
exploited or even
Definitely got to see
identified.
these
Kayak
ults sucking
taking a
use.
lot of
Dude, that
space
is
over
a
towards
lot
Mound
of
as well.
damage.
Deeper line adopted now with this operator, but you can see the unorthodox angle Benji's trying to play with. Maybe aware of this, maybe considering that this could
Yeah,
be
looks
in
like
play.
they're super on top of this guy getting an
Wait
op
and
out.
see who blinks first.
That's the thing with Fnatic there. They're so comfortable being mobile on the defense. And another thing that's been credited is how well Boaster's calling right now. So these mid rounds are probably why we see Heretics so cautious
Dude, I'm watching Boo on the mini-map, man. He's trying to fake it all over towards A. And they might think with that kill there's no one here, but Boombot goes in. Big ult.
Should take away Minibu and
Yeah, but they can at least take the
down,
space
but he has to
afterwards.
respect the ult that came in from Benji. So backs away safely.
Yeah, they get a
waits for
plant,
support,
and it's
now
not a
have to
good
play
plant. It's a
retake
safe
now.
plant, so they got to fight over towards site.
A man to the good, call it 2 with Rian's down at 14 HP. Alex still looking for something with the operator. Benji up close and personal will get punished. Now a 4v2.
Yeah, this gets tough. 10 seconds still for Wu to even have those salvos online. He kind of needs to play the site. Maybe a little bit unexpected here, but he
Ooh, I
couldn't
like the
convert onto
swing
the
idea when
second,
they're
so only
swinging.
one to be had, leaving Rienz with 14 HP and not much to say
mean,
about the
that's
matter.
done.
No util to stall, no health to play around. A solid attempt here,
Rienz
but
can't
Crashies,
really play like
a
that,
safer
but
pair of hands, keeping this scoreline nice
to hope they
and
got
close
multi on
now,
site.
4-5.
And Alpha's, we'll see, rifle conceded there. He'll be fairly comfortable. Have to see just how it does end up landing. Yeah, Boaster maybe just a complete misread on the timings or noting a few players because he goes for the TP. I guess to catch a rotation towards A. But Crashies wasn't necessarily under any pressure, so I'm curious as to how he's caught off guard there. You see the angle's
Oh
given
boy,
up
they're
by
on
Kayak
eco.
with the
Why does it look
operator,
like
so
they want to go
there's
kind of aggro?
nothing to stop but dry swing onto him.
Trying to path his way out of what felt like the
Dude, if
floor
he
turning
doesn't
into
satchel
lava,
there,
but
he's
he
dead.
does get to keep himself standing. Takes a bit of damage for it, but obviously you can see the buy on the other side for Heretics. As threatening as that felt initially, it is still just Sheriffs here.
Yeah. I'm feeling as if this one's going to be tipped towards Fnatic tying things up.
There.
It's around like this where Miniboo, love to see him have his ultimate.
Yeah, this is something Fnatic do as well, where they like mix up who's using the Odin.
For Chronicle.
So you think you have an
Nothing noted
idea,
from Crashies
right? So you
either,
would think
so-
that the Omen's over towards here because Boaster's been
It's gonna be
spamming the
well,
Odin.
I was gonna say
Then
confirmation
you end
of
up
back to util
heading over
potentially,
towards
but
C and you eat
Crashies
the Omen
does spot a
flash.
few players, so Chronicle's going to get overwhelmed.
Okay,
Well,
it was a great
that's one way to
target,
find
great
out it was
selection
him.
from Heretics to focus towards Chron, maybe trying to catch him in that like awkward second between util. But Crashies is still here. Good hold on the first, but he takes a lot of damage for it and decides, yeah, no, I
big
don't
duel
like
over
this
towards
scenario.
C.
I don't like what I'm seeing. I need a bit of support here, but Rienz and Woot still doing damage. Now Rienz has got the upgrade. It may not be ideal, and it's certainly not going to work out. Alpha controls the site, sharp on the corner, and they handle all the pressure. Heretics are
Timeout.
making something of that round, right? It wasn't a complete blowout. It wasn't feeling certainly too safe. They got pressured here.
I guess keeping the economy honest on the side of Fnatic. So finding the 3 kills on the back of just pistols invested. But like you said, great isolation on
The
Chronicle.
fade ult here? Oh, dude, I'm so fine with it.
Rienz can't get
It was
much
looking-
else going with the Odin, but
It was looking risky, especially they picked up the gun over towards tree.
things tied up now, 5 apiece. Only ultimate available for Heretics being Woots, but only a couple of orbs for Rienz.
Dude,
Really
fast
once
split
again,
B.
straight up the guts here. Plenty of space to work with.
It looked like Alpha was hunting him. He
Dude.
was.
Alpha, dude, so they thought they cleared.
So deadly when he
They
gets
droned
into the
here and they
flow of
thought they
things.
cleared it, but Alpha was kind of
But it's all
behind the
on
wall
Rienz again.
anyway.
Heretics hitting those stumbling blocks and Chrome with that slow
Yeah,
crouch
I'm
around
pretty
the
sure
corner.
that they
They've taken the
drones
lead away here, Mike. It feels
Baby
like
doll there and
Heretics
there's
have
just no
been-
one.
I don't want to say red, but Fnatic understand those win cons when they come against
If we
this
get that-
sort of
if we get
team,
the
when
Alpha
they come
POV
against
here,
your Minibus, your
they might-
Rienzo, how they're trying to approach it
both
with
of them
Woot
might not
here,
be looking at
even
him.
just compositionally, it feels like they have a very solid footing in handling this.
Yeah, and that almost feels
Yeah,
like one of
both
those
of
rounds
them.
that's almost
They thought they
scrap
cleared
roulette
it.
for Fnatic. They're able to crunch so quickly. After they know Miniboo's kind of slipped in onto B site, in the blink of an
They have
eye,
no
there's 2 or
answer, they
3
have no
kills that
answer.
favor Fnatic. And Crash is absolutely right there. Yeah, there's no answer to that second wave of pressure. If Miniboo doesn't pin somebody down that first engagement, Fnatic absolutely nail the response.
And again, here we go, another attempt to set up Miniboo, to set him into motion here. And once again,
Dude, we're
someone
really
falls, someone
forcing
fails.
through.
It's Miniboo and Boo, both going
Pushed
down
into
in
the
blink of an
alarm
eye.
bot, so
Fnatic
it's an
is
easy
so
spam.
well-equipped in
Kinda
this
like that,
game.
though.
Heretics, it's rare
Alarm
to see
bot
them
here,
hit
so you
this
can
sort
spam
of
through the
hard
wall.
margin where they just
Can just
can't
follow where
seem
the
to
alarm bot
adjust
runs to.
through. This is brilliant to witness. Now they're going to invest the ult, so try and give them some pathing in. Give them a bit of safety to work with. Maybe secure them the plant at the least.
Certainly doesn't feel comfortable though in a 3v5. 2 Guardians and a Stinger.
Dude, this turnaround from
Something
Fnatic's been
nothing
pretty
here.
nice though.
Alpha giving the operator 20 HP on him,
Jambo
so
FPS, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 6 months. Thank you for the
him
prime.
to play this one a little slower. Well, not Benji's going to be rewarded here. No. Identified immediately. The spam comes through, not connecting though. But the fault line in return could be interesting.
Nice try, but it's down on just the salvos. They've got so many bodies that they can put to this.
I mean, I feel like Crashies
that I
did
don't
good
know
to
what-
tuck in there the whole
I
time.
mean, it's a nice try
Whoa.
for Whoop, but there's
Yeah, I saw
nothing
some of the
more to
HPs,
do,
I was
right?
like, hold
Just
up,
put the
maybe.
salvos on the spike and let's
Dude,
go
what a
next round.
recovery. Was it not 4-0 at one point?
7-5. Fnatic, once they found that answer, once they identified their win cons, Mike, they have not dropped the ball. This has been a masterclass from Fnatic in response to Heretics. Start from them. Heretics took the initial lead and was ripped
Just
away.
mute him,
Fnatic
Pansy.
sit at 7-5.
Please mute me. Yeah, let me speaking of muting, let me do this so I don't get owned. Fnatic? No, this was a nice nice defense in the end. Once they stabilized a bit money wise, it's pretty good. They had a couple of individual plays, but I don't know, that's also what you need sometimes. Like how they're changing the setup. The Odin spam? Yeah, they were mixing it up well. Yeah, at one point they had, I can't remember what game it was, or what tournament it was, but there was one point where they had like 3 different people using the Odin. After the Teo nerf, should Breach fall off a little bit as well? Yeah, the combo isn't there. People still use some Breach, but it's going to be nowhere near as much as it is. Below Francesco, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate the 19 months. Thank you for that.
Mike really was going for making my point there, but is what it is. But no, 7-5. How do we feel about what we've seen so far? Because I feel like there was a real
Finally a
clear
Gecko
halfway
meta.
point in that first half.
Not sure about
that
the Gecko
completely changed
meta.
the pace.
Sure,
But
not
you'll see
even
more
necessarily
Gecko.
I would usually credit towards the timeout, but I think
Not
we
sure
have
how
to
much
credit
more,
it
but-
towards Boaster's grasp on the game, right? There's a real turning point there where Heretics aren't rewarded on the front line. They're not rewarded for that initial engagement, and just the mid round looks absolutely flawless from Fnatic time and time again.
Claw through them.
Second half though. New
Gecko was
challenges
everywhere
presented
last
here.
year. Yeah, but I do think that,
Can
I don't know,
Heretics
when you
find
you
a
have
way
the
back
Yoru-
through? 'Cause I do feel like, as we said, as we
feel
highlighted,
like the
and as
double
visually
smokes
seen, that
counters it
round
pretty
5
well.
hit and then barely got to look back into the game. So patience.
you at least have
as a
you at least have a lot
start
more
from Fnatic.
people using
no
it.
quick moves, no quick looks.
1-0 for the
Any little
pistols.
Trap plays going on, and maybe get just a glimpse of a player to begin with.
The Yorunuff? Yeah, the Yorunuff was tiny though. It needed to happen though. I think it's the right Yorunuff.
Definitely
I think Yoru's
cautious.
kind of perfect at the moment
Given
now,
the tap of the
place-wise.
orb. We'll draw out
I
smoke
don't
at
need to do
least.
anything else.
You call it a
The
little
Yoru
win
will fall off
for
a
Fnatic
little
here.
bit just purely because of
It's a
the
window of
Teo
opportunity
fall off. Your like options
for
are a
them, but
little
no
bit
real
more
progress
limited.
to write home about just yet.
It's oddly quiet, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Vice,
the pings coming
Vice is
through
always
now
been strong.
indicating Fnatic's intentions.
Gotta go.
At least there, Miniboo will, even if he doesn't see it, will get the minimap confirmation on the back of that peak.
What a strange little round we're having here. The paranoia to break through with the Tejo salvos. Heretics with a little bit of a set play in mind. Both trying to make a bubble on the
Just
tap.
jumping the whole
Always
time
having
to
none
stay
of it.
alive.
Flies in.
Yeah,
this
the punish is over towards
Again, a
here with the
multiple from
insta
Heretics.
salvo break of the door is
ready for that,
so
it felt
strong.
like. It sat towards
It
B,
just
they
happens
kinda
so
had the little
fast, you
setup
just
in
don't get a
mind.
warning.
The paranoia, the salvos, it was all there.
And there's maybe Fnatic cautious to maybe sniff out a stack somewhere or maybe a little proactivity, but Heretics very well positioned to deal with that pressure once it finally comes through. It's actually almost a stack of utility invested in here. Yeah, Boaster desperate to try and convert the paranoia, but Woot's close enough to completely mitigate that risk.
Toxins going up.
At least bring it within 1 round now for Heretics.
Oh boy.
Oh, the timing. Oh, hold on. Boo's gone down.
Ooh,
Is that
does he
Bulldog
go get the
which side of
gun? Yeah. Dude,
Oh,
you
did
gotta
that
go get
fall on? I
it.
guess
Wait,
it
is the
in
gun
front of this
through the
point,
door?
so-
Should be in front, yeah.
That's a lovely little upgrade if they can get their hands on that.
There.
Wait, where did
No,
it go?
it was-
No, wait, he went the
I
other
guess.
side of the door.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
there we go.
thought.
Okay.
Okay, there we go, dude. Dude, I swear,
Got
but
it
Miniboo's
nonetheless.
gonna go get that.
She's happy with that.
I mean, it's lucky as well that they can't get there quicker.
I wonder if the comms came in from
Only
Boo
got
and he thought
pistol.
it didn't go through or something.
You can see, actually, that's probably why Heretics almost over-rotate to
Oh, this gets scary now.
respond to that opening pick. What can Crashies do with this rifle, though?
2 seconds on the haunt, but he wants that corner. He wants to try and play to this. Clearing through blue room. Certainly indicative of this B pivot now coming
So,
into
yeah,
play.
ton of information, though, with that Aftershock being invested.
Yeah, still got a little bit of kit here. Paranoia still in play
Uh-oh.
too. Benji's got to respect this. Fnatic
Maybe
looking
we are
hungry,
back
trying
online if
gap
we're missing
punch
those.
One of them. Any missteps, Heretics are in trouble. So they've got to be really careful about this. And again, Crashies is your danger man. He's got a lot of work in front of him though if they want to make something happen with this. Send the C's down towards the connector side and they try and play together as a pack. Try and stay together. And it looks like they're going to try and frag out together as Crashies does take away Miniboo and Benji's being held back. And Kayak gonna set him up. Just trade me. Trade me. He doesn't even need to trade. They've lost down the site though. A good reaction from Heretics.
Wait.
Try and fight this back.
Wait.
Halfway achieved.
done.
Crashies has done so well here. I've got to say, Fnatic has done so well here. There's the horn sat in the back pocket. It is just
But that's it
perfect.
done
I
though.
am
Man,
absolutely
all because of
in
that
love with
gun.
what we're seeing here
All
today.
because of that gun. Miniboo had to go around and get
The
it.
fact that they don't get the half forces the hand of Rienz, has to come through and try and push a little deeper. Again, a lucky spam actually outside the smoke that gets the 2 kills onto Fnatic, but Crashies making that Bulldog work.
And it's just that everyone was playing around it too. It wasn't just, okay, cool, we've got a Bulldog, I'll sit back and play like post-plant. It's
Damn,
get
we see the
proactive,
pickup of
like,
the
trade me, I'll fly in
rifle
for you. Like, everyone
into the
playing
eco win.
as a collective.
Nice.
Running that is just marvelous to see. And
I
again,
was
to do it
feeling
against a team
so
like
bad
Heretics.
that I missed the guy, but thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
Was it
All
half? No, it
good.
didn't half it. It
All
was
good.
the
And they flip
it was the dead
script
body.
around. Look at the state of Heretics now.
Well, actually going to get aggressive on the back of the fault line here, potentially.
This
Double
is gonna-
stuns coming
Oh
through.
my
Miniboo,
goodness.
Good for one.
Okay, but there's guns down here and Spike.
Can they control the spike now?
Oh, that's an
No,
Omen
Fnatic
flash and a
gonna
half though.
respond in kind.
My goodness, that was
Absolutely not.
lovely
Even
from
trying to
Boaster.
get that Bulldog
Yeah.
back is brutal. You know, slides away. in
Good
the
little
hands of
reaction
Miniboo.
from
Well,
him.
that's gone. I can't get it back here.
Tucked into the corner, Omen
and
flash down the
we
line.
kind of talked about, or even saw earlier on, Fnatic's very slow default in these scenarios where they're happy to take their time, cross off all the list of potentials, very patient. And again, if you're Heretics, I don't mind it. Go for it. Try and make something happen on a round like that. It's no skin off my nose. But obviously it will more than likely be 9 now for Fnatic, who've come into this very well prepared. I feel like we're seeing an elevated Fnatic here, pushed to get stronger and a little bit, you know, further up the, I'd say,
Arceus, thank you so
preparation
much,
list
man.
by the likes of
Arceus
Heretics. You
X or
can't
Arceus 10,
let
thank you for the
Heretics
prime
have
mate.
their way ever.
Yeah, min-maxing
absolutely
who gets
right.
the spike down as well.
Boom.
Dude, Fnatic
Other
are
side of the world to what's going
heavily
on
in
here.
control.
Seconds left.
Only a sheriff in hand. I was even thinking about who fell.
Omen, dude, the Omen
I mean,
flash on
Scratch
this map is
full, so
insanely
it's
strong, yeah.
Potentially a Bulldog that's missing.
It's one of those
over
that you
towards
can't
spawn.
just
Yeah,
throw it randomly.
I'm not
know
even
it's
going to go.
EMEA.
You gotta
Yeah, not even going to go for the rifle.
pick
so.
your moment.
And try his luck here with an exit with the sheriff at least, but Kayak and Alpha, yeah, potentially looking to get a little curious. Wow.
Come on, Boo. I'm down. If you wanna get
Give
a
us
couple
another.
more like that.
Give us another.
Shadows
One more.
One más. NT. But hey, Fnatic freestanding.
Big buy rounds,
Another round on the
Razor.
board. Heretics, I'm waiting
See
for
what
the
the
other
plan
timeout
is.
to hit now. Like, maybe not in this round, I don't know, but you gotta get a grip on this game pretty soon.
I mean, this is going to be double digits. Money's in the bin.
Ults are getting real close.
Yeah, close to the TP, but still halfway to. I mean, the real playmakers in terms of Miniboo, Woot, and Rienz and their ultimates. Really well handled from Fnatic,
Yeah,
though.
pick another, bro. Yeah, I'm taking Zip.
What?
Alpha almost hoping you would peek another one. Kind of egging Boo on. A little bit of aggression on the side of Heretics here to try and control this early engagement towards Rubble. Showstopper invested.
Well,
a mini boot, yeah.
that'll do
With
it.
his pants down.
That's how you deal with Mini Boo, I
Yeah,
guess.
didn't have time to pop the
Cleared
wall up.
within, you know,
Felt like he
still
wasn't even
above a
sure that
minute
the raise
15,
was
and
here.
Alpha's punished Boo at the same time. It feels like the stars are constantly
I know,
aligning
they're
for
absolutely owning
Fnatic.
them on this map.
Nothing seems to be going wrong, and Heretics can't seem to get anything on their side. And it feels so rare to see, because we've had this run so far in stage 1 has been both of these sides near on untouchable. So seeing Heretics faltering and not having those nice reactions or good timeouts, those, you know, nice adaptations and adjustments, it feels quite of a stark contrast to how that regular player's kind of gone.
Obviously going to be a pretty rough decision to make here if they don't get a kill ahead of Fnatic potentially finding a plant. It's freestanding. It'll be Fnatic on double digits, like I said, the money in the
30
bin
seconds
effectively.
Pick the site right as well. I mean, they're just going to have to save, are they not?
Benji not in a position to really stop this.
Destroyed.
The information will be there. Can you find a kill or two on the backstab? At least one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, nice from Benji. Still very paranoid about that very long-term eventual flank that is coming in. Chronicle slowly but surely getting there. He's going to have to bank on the rest of the board.
Uh-oh.
Find some impact.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, there's
both
so
are
much
going
damage
down.
here.
Does change
They got the
things
luck
here.
on the go, but there's a wall here as well.
Bonk. Yeah.
Chronicle's like, oh
So
boy.
they know
So what, do they speed up on
there is a
site
player
now?
behind them. Does this then spur them on towards the site? Because there will always be a little bit of caution shown from Chron, right? You can't just run in there, but Kayak ready to receive. And now Crashies is down low. It's not. Oh, Woot, you are an animal.
Holy.
What is going on with Woot right now? Crashies. 13. Not
No
gonna happen.
way, they
Woot's-
won
Woot's
this.
had
I'm
a
calling for them
belter
to
of a
save.
round. Give me that
How?
replay. Some of these shots, it looked ridiculous.
And snatching that away. It was a 5v3 for Fnatic.
Oof.
Great work from Heretics. Again, a player that's delivered time and time again in the form of Woot.
Dude, nice shots though.
And like I
Oh
said, it
my
makes it a
goodness.
little awkward because at some
it's
point
really
there, you're
nice
thinking,
shots.
yeah, if Heretics don't find a kill ahead of the plant, I mean, what, somebody falls ahead of being able to establish some sort of formation in the retake, you got to think they're looking towards saving those rifles. So almost a huge bailout.
Oh, we've got a fast start here for Miniboo with the salvos coming in. Yeah, looks like it. Trying to set him up again, but we saw, I mean, well, they don't have kayaks on this time, right? So, a little bit different in that
Dodge the
regard.
fade eye
Looking
as well.
to maybe punish the TP of Boaster across towards Rubble here.
Well,
Will Boo get oh,
Nah.
the sixth sense is tingling.
dude, imagine
for
they open the
Alpha.
door here though.
Nice
Yeah, he's
spray
scared of it.
bounces. And he's not alone in this.
Dude.
He does at least have a player on the
They're
side
gonna-
trying
they're
to
gonna
really,
open the
you know,
door.
shoulder it with him, but if that door gets swung,
He's in so much
he's
trouble.
in a bit of a...
They're not gonna
I
open
mean,
the door?
Problem
Oh,
being,
boy.
like, Crashies isn't
He's
there,
escaped
Kayak's
it.
not there, so they don't really have any util to fish
Hello.
this out.
Yeah, you love
Lovely
that.
in the
you love
end.
that if you're Boo, right? You've taken a risk, and it's rewarded. Heretics need a couple of those to open up the door to this game again. Threading the needle. There's 3 players now. Try and make something out of nothing. We've got a plant probably on the cards. No one's actively playing from Waterfall. Moot's not investing the ult for that, but they're going to go for the fight towards CT. Opting to try and isolate
Yeah,
one.
they
They
need to
don't
try
get
and get a
what they
pick.
want, so they dip back away.
There.
And
Surely
now,
they don't
yeah, the
fade
drone
ult.
being used just a little bit deeper. They're checking on Fnatic here. They're not letting them get aggressive.
Well heard it here. Boaster's found one, but traded out. Just left on
Player standing.
Kayak and Crashies now. A hope and a prayer inside
Ah,
the
that
smoke.
was lovely
Miniboot
from these
to
two.
find another. Will be Heretics
That was
up
so
to 8
nice
now,
waiting for the
chipping
other to
away
reload to swing them together.
that financial advantage that Fnatic
Mate,
did
these
have.
rounds have looked nice from Heretics though.
Chronicle down at 450 and 300. Obviously, with the plant coming into effect, we'll see just how it lands. Yeah, you're right. Boo, rewarded massively here.
One enemy remaining.
Like I said, it is risky, but you've got to be so diligent with some of these clear. Well, if there's, like I said, if there's no Crashies and no Kayak, kind of that shift walk in and
Yep.
try and pin somebody down at the entrance of B main feels so uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're bang on. I mean, as you said, if it wasn't Crashes or Kayak, even if they did try and clear Boo, you still had Woot sat on the side,
yeah, it was a
right?
beautiful
It's like,
crossfire, yeah.
Forcing down to an
util or it's
eco.
nothing. There's no
Oh
way
boy,
about it.
it's
but
the fight
Miniboo-
C-Mount against
Yeah,
ecos.
what are we up to,
It can
Crashes?
go wrong
Just taking
pretty
a
fast.
walk, taking a little
Yeah,
bit of
there it
wander,
goes.
Hang on.
and Kayak taking heads. How has he gone Benji there? Miniboo,
I mean, some
fair
lovely
enough.
shots from him, but
Benji, I guess, was just shouldering the corner, but now the plant's potentially open.
the
And they've got
eco
some
always
great
wins that, I
upgrades,
swear.
One away from Kayak's ult. This is huge. Alpha's already got his.
Concern being, Rienz and Wu both have their ultimates.
Oh, it's a
Both
solid
gonna get
combo. It's
invested here, and it's looking
the
as if Kayak's gonna fall.
G2, right?
Yeah, no escaping that one. No way out. Chronicle. Oh my word, it's awkward.
weird.
Boo. Yeah, had to chase that one down, but what are they meant to do here now?
Ooh.
Rien's playing behind the smoke here, desperate
Good
to try and
stun.
defend.
Oh, it's a really good stun.
Bolts are on towards Alpha. and now
Smoke
Bolster-
blocks.
Look, we complimented him in this
Stinger.
clutch before, but I don't think he can do anything about
he
this.
can't do
Boo
anything
up
with a
on the
stinger
ledge,
here.
making it near on
No
impossible.
way, look at some of these
Even
retakes they're
spam.
winning.
Well handled by Heretics, and we're starting to see that like depth to them, right? We're seeing that shift of depth here. Heretics fumbled. They hit a
Killjoy
brick
ult
wall.
down.
Now Fnatic are having those same feelings.
I mean, credit where credit's due. Fnatic springboard off that opener from Kayak. But it's Heretics to win out by the end of that round. Oh, beautiful from Kayak to find, but yeah, Benji's
Yeah, it's a
counter
really nice combo.
Yep.
I mean, at the point where you're thinking, yeah, the Rolling Thunder and Woot's Ultimate have only
They,
found the one, there's a chance that Fnatic can
They at least learned that one
try
from
to re-establish themselves,
G2.
but again,
It's
the kill
good because
from Rienz
the ult
almost
sends you this
seals
way, right?
Fnatic's
So
fate.
then when you're trying to enter exit
Rienz is
here,
having
you're just so much
a
slower
heater
and you
of
get
a
pushed
game too.
back.
And a hitter of a stage.
Yeah, yeah. Look, there was room at the top, right? Leo not here. He's been eyeing it up. He's having a little look. He's pretty much.
Have we had any tech
Really
pauses?
shoot.
Only
At
the
moment,
one
it's in at
official.
20 to 12, top of the board
We'll see.
for both sides. Actually, closest nearby, what, 16 for Kayak, who's been doing very well himself, obviously. But timeout for Fnatic, the 3 in succession, enough of a worry, which is respectable. But the adjustments, I'm unsure of where we go from here. You know, what's the look that Fnatic brings out? Because it looks like Heretics have just got that ball-sided roll.
I mean, maybe they're gonna take
saw
more
Fnatic
space over
establish
towards
themselves
C
in the first
if I can actually get into the site.
That's interesting. Yeah, Fnatic have the slowest attack side in the EMEA on Lotus. It's 74 seconds average to plant time. I mean,
The
it
new
is,
Na'Vi.
it is reflected in kind of that slow, the kind of pendulum swing default that's just
What is this
looking
bounce
for
off of?
contact somewhere across the map. But
I mean, I guess it goes here, but
Launching thorns.
I guess the slower rounds are sometimes.
wait, it locks them in.
Actually, a beautiful
Oh, that's kind of cool.
setup here. It's
Goes
only
here,
one,
locks
though.
them in so that they can't
Kayak
exit.
will find the trade,
They would tank
but
some util. Oh,
damage
dude,
done
I
to
like
him,
that.
he's down
That's
to
cool.
55, so almost argue Miniboo's over-delivered in that situation. But a
And
beautiful
Mini-
setup, though.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I like the
Minibu's just
idea here.
like the glass
Very nice
cannon,
idea.
Right? You just throw him in. He'll
See
get
what
you one.
sticks.
Yeah, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But he normally does get his one, which is the scarier factor. And as you said, over-delivered with Kayak now down to 55. But it puts Boo in a predicament. He's going to have to try and deal with Fnatic's slow approach. It feels like death by 1,000 paper cuts at this point, doesn't it? Very slow and steady on the way in. Barely making it past rubble at this point. And we're at 48 seconds.
Thing is, it's such a big buy round that I think they got to ult it.
Just edging closer and closer towards A site. I guess that stat kind of reflected in the way that we see Heretics players, or they're happy to wait things out. They know Fnatic are just going to be drifting back and forth to try and single somebody out.
Face your fear.
That's a big indicator for Boo now.
Shadows travel.
And no paranoia here.
Fade
Only
ult,
smoke to
tells them
really
the
slow
site's
things
clear.
down.
Don't have to use any
Fnatic
extra
will
util
find
on
the
this.
plant. 12 seconds left on the clock, so absolutely due. Boo though.
Oh my
Big
god.
heads Alpha, yeah.
Shot.
See ya, Alpha. Even he's like, wait, how did this happen? So we're going to be down to the 4v3. Kayak playing a little bit further ahead.
Pop
He's
Razor.
going to go for it. Oh my god.
Whoa,
that
it's
huge.
nice though. Oh, I didn't get the double.
Would've been a damage
41,
down.
4 HP.
Yeah, C's on top. Crash, he's hungry for it
Both
now.
1 HP.
Oh my god, he was thinking about it.
Time's super low.
They gotta move forward. Finds one, looks for a second, gets it, control.
Very nice. Again, another good omen flash from Boaster as well. Dude, that Razor did so much damage.
And Fnatic just
That's a good plan on this one.
I think you see the moment there that Crashes gets the info.
It's hard to repeat this though with what's going on.
His damage after he falls, he's like, yeah, you don't need to challenge.
I have
And that
full
was the
stacks.
opener there. Nothing
One tap.
for Chronicle to really do in that situation.
I have full stairs.
Crashes, beautiful
One
adjustment.
sat to me.
Actually, the paranoia coming through at the perfect time as well.
That's so good.
That will get Fnatic back on top, or I guess, well, argue back in control, but at least double digits on the board now.
Probably one of the best imports that we've seen. Gotta say it. Crashies, from what was a very shaky start, there was a lot of people putting question marks by his name. Could he ever even get close to the level of performance previous? You've got to say it, throughout this stage, he has been outstanding.
I think as well, it's one of those situations where you have to almost address the out of game as well. He's really come out of his shell in terms of his personality, and it's a lot more vocal. You can see he's smiling a lot more.
Happiness, what's that like?
Yeah, wow.
Wrong person to ask.
I was going to misspeak there, but
Well,
considering the paranoia on the side of Boo, but hold on to it for the time being.
Pivot over towards B. No real pressure
hole in the
towards A.
defense
This
here.
can't work, right?
Towards B site.
I mean, as we can see, it will work, but
this
on paper shouldn't work this well. Damn, nice shot.
Zoomers like this, I swear to God. Oh my! I thought he had
Holy, what a retake on this one, the brothers.
How? How did both of them just rack them up like that? Alpha.
Oh, the brothers actually just cleaned everyone up.
The retake was absolutely perfect.
Alpha has been absolutely bullied by Boo like twice.
Oh, that's a tech
now.
boss.
That one tap before. It's like he's playing against
What's
Scream,
going on?
But only Boo against Alpha.
That
That's
looked
the
like
only
a tech
time
boss.
he's hitting those. It's ridiculous.
I'd love to see how this engagement actually turns out on B though.
Don't give it. Don't show us that. Oh, nice shots again.
I mean, yeah,
Ooh.
that's crispy from Boo.
Dude, nice shots, man. Fair play.
Like, you expect it from Miniboo, right? You're like, yeah, fair play.
That's the wrong Boo.
Yeah. Big man Boo.
But Boo does have those moments where he does shine.
Look, we've
Guys,
had
you
a
gotta
couple of
turn
IGLs
it
starting to
red.
pick up
We know what's
the
going on.
mechanical side of things too. Like, this isn't a good example of a game, I guess, in that regard for Boaster. He's on 8 to 15. He's fine.
Oh,
but I think a lot of
fixed.
people have been saying, like, mechanically,
Damn,
he's looking
dude.
a lot
Respect.
sharper with it. We've obviously got Boo out here doing wonders.
Absolutely agree. I think Boaster, I mean, the Deska, I think even word for word said this. Individually, I think he's looking in the best shape he's ever been.
True.
And
True.
Oh, what is this? Oh, did we actually
Play
both
stuff.
go and double aggro on A?
Do they fight for
Yeah.
it?
Oh, it's a mess.
Oh,
It's an
Boaster.
absolute
Oh, Boaster.
mess. But Miniboo clearing it up.
It's nicely done from Miniboo as well. Realizes he gets hit by the fade eye. He's just jumping around to make sure they can get a trade off for his team if they do
Same
commit.
sort of thing we saw earlier, trying to punish that TP. This time it pays
Steals
off.
everything.
B-site, though, Woot gonna have to deliver. Finds the first. Able to slip away though. Now on the X-ray you see a triple stack behind this Alpha. Gotta be crazy to swing back onto it.
3 players in the middle of the map.
Cover going out.
A lot of pressure on Boo now. Has to fall off that. Willing to post up on the angle, and for Alpha, it is his nemesis.
Yeah, I like that from Boo
Which
though.
is wild. that
Must
Boo
be
is getting the better
insanely
of Alpha.
tempting to go
Not
back for
something
another
that
one, but
I'd be banking on all that often, but Crashies!
absolute shot, mate.
Banging shot, and Boo once again does it. He's got Alpha's number, what feels like every day of the week, but Chronicle and Crashies
Oh, he wanted to go back, I
have a
think.
long road to walk, and they're
What?
not getting many steps towards it. Crashy's already gone, leaving Chronicle not to be able to do anything. Heretics swinging that pendulum back in their favor.
The Fnatic have one more
Just the
timeout, right?
Time as well.
Because I think they got to use it, or have they used them
Find
both?
themselves 11. Ultimate's available for Fnatic, but it's only really Boaster and Chronicle. We want to wait for Crashies, so maybe there's something that will set in motion a set piece. But this one's over before it's even started, to be honest with you.
Enemy remains.
With Boaster getting isolated like that.
Nice!
Slipshot,
maybe
thank you so much for the
feeling
tier 1,
a
man.
little bit,
Appreciate the
because we
28 months.
Fnatic's
Thank you for that.
second
Okay,
timeout
last
now.
timeout.
Again,
I mean, they
lots
got
to
money for
consider.
it.
Boaster 3,500. He's going to be able to get potentially a rifle and a shield together. Certainly not comfortable.
When did
That's
Rians get
kinda
22 kills? I mean, he had an
everything
insane
left in the
start
tank,
with the
Lauren,
pistols.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and look at those string of rounds as well. I know you guys can't see it, but it has been mostly that Heretic side from round 16
Okay,
onwards.
lovely
it's
that we
been
get this.
solidly in their
I mean,
favor.
the
You
whole
look at the
talk is probably going to be
financials,
around
they're
getting
up to, like,
Crashy's
6K
ult, so one
almost.
away.
They've got ults
So
coming
it could see
online.
some kind of C
One away
punish,
from Benji.
especially
You've
when you
already
got these
Mini
ults.
Boo's, Rien's all sitting there. Woot's a little way off, but it's not the end of the world. On the other side, one away from Crashies. Will have his ult if he can get something going this round. Obviously, Chronicle's
Yeah,
got
so
his,
you would
Lotus
imagine
got his,
C
but other than that,
aggro.
they're scraping the barrel in this round.
Or at least a C
financially. They're gonna have to try and
default,
put
maybe
together
BC
anything they
default
can
if you want to
here
be safe
and
from
find their
Fnatic.
response, because they've had a couple of bailout moments, sure, but we need
Let's
a
see.
complete answer.
So we were focusing a lot on here,
So, yeah.
and
Which is the worst initiator?
they want to
Lotus.
try again. They want to
Rien's
try and
against
secure
Breeze.
this one because they're
Rien's-
thinking that there's going to be some kind of
I'm
punish
seeing
here.
something
or
that
aggro here.
contradicts that a little bit.
Don't seem right. Don't seem right. Like, I believe you, but it don't seem right.
Rian's kind of shitting on that stat, I'll be honest.
Oh my God, says
Jesus.
word. Please, Michael. Can't believe you're being this unprofessional.
Because I'm at home.
But Mini Boo trying to, again, take that space. Still stay confident. Stay in their faces here. But it is asking a lot.
I mean,
There's three
Mini
players
Boo's
on the
gotta
other side.
know
Fnatic's tempo
that they're
is
coming-
cautious, it's
they're
slow,
coming for
it's
this orb.
methodical. Now, we've seen in the past him having the support
Ooh.
from Benji out here, so it's hard to know what you're completely walking into. Fnatic need to get that full picture first.
Similar approach once again for Fnatic. No pressure point to really focus on so far. And a ton of utility.
There it
positions
is, the
over
free
here.
orb.
And it's Benji and Woot.
Gotta be nervous for this one. They're gonna let the Raze tap it once.
Desperate to try
And satchel out of near B.
sniff
Looks like
out
it's clear.
the approach,
Can
but
stick it with
force back a
Crashies.
little deeper now.
Get the fade or last time they went over towards A, as we can see, no one towards B. So most likely fake and B hit A.
I don't want to say.
Stun.
Oh yeah, I was going to say hesitated, but
Ooh,
You don't get
30
that easy
seconds on
pivot
this.
here. And look at the space taken back. They're getting hurted.
No,
They've
they
got no
gotta
room
just
to
force
work
A
with.
now.
They're going in somewhat blind towards the A site.
Big
Yeah,
flash
Benji's
from
gonna be
Benji.
considered, but it doesn't really stop him from being here. The paint shell going to go in. He's fine. It's very close. It's very tense. But on 15 seconds, that spike is not up. It's behind
Dude,
the wall. They've walked in late. to
Crashy's
this.
done
Fnatic
so
have to
good.
dig
Kayak's
deep
reaction
here.
to jump on top of the wall is
Rien's
nuts as
down
well.
to the back of the site, and there's a
8
problem.
seconds, gotta
Mini
stick
Boo
it.
swings. Oh, and he's focusing the back. It is divine work from Mini
A
Boo.
big one, big
Perfect
swing.
target placement.
I
thought
felt
he made
like
a meal of
Fnatic
it, but
kind of dealt with it
absolutely not.
okay
it
until
looks
that.
like it because you always think, yeah, Bosa's got to commit towards the plant.
I mean, he has to,
And then
yeah,
the
he has to
other
plant
two
here.
Players not able to defend him, regardless.
Like, if he was going to get off of the spike, had to be like
The clock
instant.
ultimately being
And even then, it's like, what, 6 seconds? It's just like, please, someone kill him.
ridiculous for Mini Boo.
Let's go!
Up to 12 now. It's going to be
For God's sake.
absolutely loving it. Guardians, a bulldog,
Okay,
and a sheriff in the hands of
two
Bosa.
chances.
Feels like Heretics in prime position.
Whoa, that's the
Take this
widest
first
jump
map
peak
now.
I've ever
I don't know
seen.
how Bosa's
And
not, taking attack
I mean,
now.
it's too much of a wide peak that he can't even believe
Being
it.
punished here in terms of the inventory.
I mean, look at those light shields, Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
3 of
Yeah,
them
this
left.
scope's going to do work here.
And the one player who had bigger armor was Boaster, who's now on 10 HP.
Dude,
sure
what to
Bosa's
expect?
got
It
on
reminds me of
another
the
server.
K-Corp 2023.
Shots are going
Who
through
did that
him.
jump peak at the back of B?
Oh, mate. Okay, Fnatic, where do we
New
go
Zero,
now?
that was it. Yeah, you're thinking the same clip I am, where then Yumpy walks behind.
And Boo
New
still
Zero.
patrolling with that
New
outlaw.
Zero jump peak.
B doesn't feel good.
funny.
A doesn't feel open. You're walking in late. You haven't cleared through rubble. This is looking absolutely chopped up. I don't know how they're going to get through here. I don't think they can. 38 seconds. What's the goer? Oh, Woot.
15 HP.
Yeah, that's a good step. Kayak's
I mean,
ult,
he's got
okay,
delay
30
on
seconds
site
now.
right here, though.
Clearing through towards tree, but they're
Looks
still
like we're
stalled
pivoting
here.
over towards
There's
B.
still that
2
wall, so
pass
they
and
can't
hold a
approach
B.
through that left
3
side.
pass and hold a B.
Benji pops the ult. Cool. 20 seconds, Mike. They're leaving
4
this
pass and hold a
early.
B.
Yeah, it's starting to get really awkward now. Showstopper completely shut down by Boot.
Love it.
Paranoia
Voice
to slow
line
things
stopper.
down. Yeah.
10 seconds left.
Omen
Look,
ult.
he can do the TP.
Time?
No,
Oh, it's close. He's got it, right? Oh, mini boot just sent it through door. I was too busy looking at the time. I didn't even see him send it through the door. Dude, what a crazy map this was.
13 to 10. A brilliant
fun,
affair between these two already. This Lotus
I was looking
game
at the time thinking,
was a
damn,
treat
he's got
to
it.
watch. Heretics
We got enough
under the
time for
gun
this
there
play.
initially, Mike, but the
It's on.
turnaround in that second half was incredible.